Hi, this is Mrs. Pope from Roger Bacon High School, and today we're going to be talking about 14.5. This is for Algebra 1, and we're going to be solving radical equations. I'm going to try to go quick. I know anybody got time for this, as you guys told me today, and Cassie has a game, so let's just move forward. Solving radical equations. Let's try to get it in under 10 minutes. Ready, go. All right. So you should be writing whenever I write, of course, and I'll check your notes and that you finish the problems that we do after our examples. So we're going to be doing what we did before, simplifying a little bit differently though. Now we're solving equations. So step one, you want to keep in mind all the time when we're solving them is you want to isolate the radical. Just like in regular algebra, multi-step equations, you isolate the variable. Here we're going to isolate the radical. Step two, you're going to square both sides. And that gets rid of the radical. Okay? Then step three, solve for x. So again, pause this if you didn't get a chance to write that down, and then when you're ready, come back with us. Example 1. We want to solve square root of x plus 5 is equal to 8. Now I want to isolate this radical. I want this all by itself. So let's get everything else away from it. So let's subtract 5 from both sides. So now I have square root of x is equal to 3. So now that I've done that, there's nothing else with the radical, just what's underneath. I'm going to square both sides.
Brother Chris, if you're in the building, please come to the principal's office. Brother Chris, thank you.
Now we know that Mr. Shad's looking for Brother Chris. Alrighty. So square both sides. Now we have the square root of x squared is just going to be x, because the square root and the square, they undo each other, so x is equal to 9. Done. Not bad. But you need to check your work. So if I check my work, I'm going to plug in 9 to my original equation and see if it works. So is the square root of 9 plus 5, is it equal to 8? Well, let's see. Square root of 9 is 3 plus 5. Is that equal to 8? Yes, it is. 8 equals 8. Check, it works. You'll see shortly why you must check them, because sometimes you'll get two answers and only one will work. So you must check them. All right. Next example. Square root x plus 3 plus 2 is equal to 6. We want to isolate this entire thing. So we want everything else away from it. So let's get rid of the minus 2. So we have radical x plus 3 is equal to 4. Now that we've done that, square both sides. That gets rid of the radical. X plus 3 is equal to 16. Subtract 3 from both sides. X is equal to 3. Not really. X is equal to 13. All right. So, check your work. Again, pause if it's going too fast. Is the square root of 13 plus 3 plus an additional 2, is it equal to 6? Let's see. Square root of 16 plus 2, does that equal 6? Yes, indeed. 4 plus 2, yes. Check. It works. All right, I have 2 for you to do right now, based just on those. Here they are. Number 1, radical x minus 6 equals 4. When you finish that, I want you to try square root x plus 2 equals x minus, no, don't do that. We'll do that one together. Do square root of x minus 1 plus 5 equals 7. So pause it, try it, come back when you're done. All right, hopefully you're back now. Hopefully for the first one you got x equals 100. And for the second one, you got x equals 5. I'll check your work tomorrow and see how you did. All right, example 3. Last example. Now it looks a little trickier. We want to solve square root of x plus 2 equals x minus 4. Isolate the radical. Well, what do you know? It's already isolated. So the next thing we have to do is square both sides. Remember, I'm squaring both sides. That gets rid of the radical, so I have x plus 2 over here. Get rid of the radical. And then, don't kill a puppy here. Please don't say that this is x squared minus 16. It's not. This means x minus 4 times x minus 4, so don't be lazy. Foil it out. First, outside, inside, last. Pause, try the foil, then come back. All right. Hopefully you got x plus 2 is equal to x squared minus 8x plus 16. Then we're going to set this equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. X is equal to x squared minus 8x, because this is how we solve quadratics. We set them equal to 0. Plus 14. And subtract x. Remember, that's like a 1x. So 0 is equal to x squared minus 9x plus 14. Let me scroll up a little bit. Alright, so now that we have our quadratic set equal to 0, we learned many ways to solve this. You could use a quadratic formula. You could factor. You could graph it. I always try to factor first and see if that comes easily. So find two numbers that multiply to 14 and add to negative 9. Those two numbers would be negative 7 and negative 2. Because negative 7 times negative 2 multiplies to 14. Negative 7 plus negative 2 adds to negative 9. Check. So this factors into x minus 7, x minus 2. But we're not done. Remember, the final answers are x equals 7 or x equals 2. Because if I put in 7 here, I would get 0. 0 times anything is 0. If I put in 2 here, I'd get 0. 2 minus 2, anything times 0 is 0. This is where you have to check. It's where it's really important to check. So try both. If you plugged it back into the original equation was square root of x plus 2 equals x minus 4. Let's see if 7 works. Square root of 7 plus 2, is that equal to 7 minus 4? Square root of 9 equals 3. Yes, it works. Let's try 2. Square root of 2 plus 2, is that equal to 2 minus 4? Square root of 4 equal to negative 2? Nope. It does not equal negative 2. So the only answer here is x equals 7. So if you have both of them written, they will be wrong. You have to check it, see which one works and which one doesn't. And tomorrow in class, we'll talk about why you would have something called an extraneous root. That's what you found with that too. So I'm going to give you one to try just like this. And here it is. Radical 3x minus 5 plus 5 is equal to x. Try it, pause, come back, I'll give you the answer. All right, hopefully you got two solutions, but I want to let you know that 10 is the only answer. Answer. All right, let's see how long we made it. Oh, 9 minutes and 14 seconds, under 10 minutes. All right, have a good night. See you tomorrow.